I am sharing my screen.
Sure.
Let me know once you are able to see my screen.
Sure, I will. Yes, I can see that.
Yes,
Okay, great.
I see that. Yes. Yeah.
So let's start with the basic. Nothing I have is notepad.
Okay.
So might be both of you know we are Java is a very you can say basic as well as a programming language which help us to develop maybe desktop-based applications, web-based applications, system-based applications. So lots of use case of Java, and Java is a, you can say very since Java initially started 1995, 96, you can say Java 1.0 version released in the 96, I think. But as a Java language, this is started developing by 4-5 James Gosling and some others in 1991, you can say, and finally first Java version released 96. And today we are learning in 2023 Java latest version is Java 20.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to more detail about the history,
Sure.
but just let's start the before going to writing understanding coding part, understanding the syntax semantics, how Java language as it works, basic things we have to first cover, like how Java language works. Okay,
Okay.
so as usual. Whenever we are writing any code or any program or any कह सकते हो software, so generally we are using our English language as a human readable language, and we can write our any kind of source code or programs in any like a C language, C++. Similarly, Java is one programming language. So what happens? This is the language is the just as anyone, any human being, as a English language, you are writing a code. But you know, all the these softwares are run by our system.
All right.
Any window machine, maybe our window machines or Mac machines or Linux machine, right? So
Right.
generally, these machines is responsible to take input as your programs and do something, some processing, and finally give the output to you. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
So here, that's the basic thing. We have some kind of set of instruction. You can say program is just like a set of instructions, some set of lines, line 1, line 2, line 3, and I want what my understanding can be understand by computer, so that computer can give what I would like to take output, right?
Mhm.
So programming language help us to explain our, let's say I want to make a summation of three numbers, number 1 plus number 2 plus number 3, right? I
Right.
want to this my maybe this is the smaller but bigger number I want to calculation. So how I can, what my personal requirement, how I can give this instruction to the computer so that computer can understand my questions and give me response, right? Give me
Right.
output what I got. So generally, if you open your computer, I want to give some instruction. So where you give, you have to follow some instruction which computer can understand. So the programming language is the interface between as a human being and our actual operating systems OS, which are executing your code. So as a Java language, help us to understand our problem, what I want system to do, what kind of syntax semantic, how we write the code, and this code can be again transferred to the particular operating system, maybe Windows operating system, Linux operating system, or finally your requirements, your problems are solved by with the help of our computer. So
Right.
generally, computer is a electronics device. So they know the some specific maybe assembly language or maybe machine language. These language, so generally as a human being, we are very hard to understand how write the assembly language or machine language to explain our problem to the computer.
Sure.
So this high level language, Java is the high level language. That means they can write in a simple English language, and those languages are translated by some compiler, you can say. So between our source code, we are introduced Java as a language, introduce some compiler. You write your code in a simple English language, and as a our Java compiler can translate your code to the specific machine language. Might be this the output of the compiled code is the Java byte code. Generally, C language is an object file, but in the Java, whatever the writing your program, this is the source code in a simple plain language, English language, and this transfer to the byte code is in the Java compiler. This byte code is can be understand by your operating systems.
Right.
Okay, but byte code is need interpret by, again byte code need to convert to the machine level language. Machine means ki like a binary format, 10 format, something. So internally our byte code is interpreted by, converted by some interpreter in with respective operating system. So this is the window machine. So window machine, how to know how to read this byte code? So here window machine, we have to install some kind of software so that those software can understand what is the byte code.
Right.
So for that, there is a concept Java introduced, JRE, Java Runtime Environment.
Right.
So this is the one software we have to install, JRE, Java Runtime Environment, in the your Windows operating systems, okay, or Linux operating system. So first thing, if I want my Java program and run in any environment, maybe Mac or Linux environment, by default we need this component, one software package. This is the JRE, Java Runtime Environment.
Environment. Yeah.
So if we have not Java runtime environment, our Java program is not run by any operating systems. The precondition, first condition, we have to install one software, that is the JRE on my machine. Nowadays, all the latest operating system like Windows, Mac, by default they come with the JRE. Okay.
Okay.
So generally, always we have options. We can download this software and install my machine. So for learning Java programming language, the first thing we have to install JRE.
Okay.
For JRE, for which operating system? This JRE is come from different operating system. Means ki for Linux different, Mac different, Windows different. Okay. So whatever the machines both of are using, you have to know I need a JRE for my platform. Okay. That's I'm using the Windows machine, so I have installed JRE for my Windows machine.
Windows
if you're using a
machine.
Mac, for Mac, similarly Linux environment, Linux environment. So this is the preconditions ki whatever the Java language I'm going to run, they need one environment, that is Java runtime environment.
Right.
Okay. So
Yes.
the basic motto of a Java language is that anyone can write the Java code. The same Java code can be run in any other environment. Here environment maybe Windows machine, maybe Linux machine, maybe Mac machine. Okay. So while as a Java developer, as a Java programmer, if someone writing the code at that times, Java developer don't need to worry on which environment this code going to run. So now our this Java language as a programming language is the platform independent. This is the one feature of Java language. Whenever as a Java developer writing Java code, at that time they don't bother this program is going to run on a Windows machine or Linux machine or Mac machine. They are free. Just write what your requirement, what kind of problem you want to solve. Just write your problem.
Okay.
And later, depend upon your available resources, you can run your machine, run your program, run your software on any machine. So for that, this machine need a particular JRE. This machine need a particular JRE. This machine particular need a JRE. If your machine is a fresh machine, formatted machine, just install OS, and after that you have to install somehow JRE part.
Okay.
So this is the terminology I'm asking, the JRE. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Java runtime environment.
Okay.
And this is the, so whenever you are going to the download on the official website of Oracle or OpenJDK, you can download JRE. This is the one more component might be the JDK. JDK. JDK means Java Development Kit.
Right.
And internally, one terminology also, JRE contain one more component, JVM.
Okay.
JVM. So you can say JVM is the part of your JRE. JRE
Mhm.
is a part of your JDK.
Okay.
So for executing any Java program, you need only JRE, not required JDK. Okay.
Oh,
But if you write your program in a simple English language, Java language, uh, this JRE software need input as a byte code. What needed? Not nice. This JRE component required input a byte code, not the
mhm.
Java language as a Java program.
Mhm.
So we need a somehow compiler which convert our code to the byte language. So generally, once your code is written in a simple Java language, we are going to compile those code and convert one byte code.
Byte code.
This is
Okay.
the byte code.
Mhm.
This byte code is the input for any JRE.
Mhm.
This byte code is input for any JRE. So problem is that how to convert your this source code to the byte code. For those, you need this software JDK. So this is the JDK, just one
Um,
software you have to download. This JDK have a one component compiler. Those compiler you have need to compiling your Java source code to the byte code.
Okay. Oh, JDK
So,
JDK,
is compiling
Java,
the
yes, Java Development Kit. This is the
right.
one software component.
so
Whenever you
we need to install two software, one
no,
called JDK, one called JRE. No?
so whenever you download JDK, by default JRE come up with you. Okay.
JDK. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay.
Whenever you download JRE, by default JVM comes. So you don't need to download JVM, JRE independent. Any this,
Right.
so I'm created bigger circuit. If you download this JDK, by default you are getting the JRE part and JVM part. If you
JVM.
Okay,
download
okay.
only JRE, you are only taking JRE and JVM.
Right. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Why need a JDK? For any software programmer or developer want to compile our code from source code to the byte code, they need a Java compiler. The Java compiler come as a part of your JDK software, not the JRE.
Okay. So the thing that we write, that's
Hmm.
called source code. From
Source code,
there,
yes.
from
Hmm.
there it becomes byte code.
Byte code,
Okay.
right?
So that's mean JDK is for like the source code to byte code. It's a like a converter or something that we
Right.
can
Yeah,
say,
you
right?
can say in simple language, just a translator,
Yeah.
translating, yeah,
Translator.
converting your simple English language source code program to the byte code. This byte code is understood by only JRE. This byte code directly not understood by your operating system.
Okay, okay.
So due to that, we want our byte code can be run by our operating system. So operating system need your JRE. So JRE take input this byte code, and this byte code again going to interpret and again convert it to the machine language so that your operating system can execute it, can run it.
Okay. Okay. Oh, each and every individual operating system that's required the JRE.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Because each operating system is a different vendor. Windows is a
Yeah.
different vendor, Linux is a different vendor, Mac is different vendor.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you cannot download one JRE and install each and every environment. No,
Yeah.
because Windows have a different kind of hardware, different kind of instruction set. Okay,
Mhm.
so this
Yeah.
so generally, uh, Oracle or Sun system you can say are expose the specification, anyone can write in own JVM. Instead, we are going to run as a Java, as a Oracle JDK. Similarly, like IBM have a own JRE environment, right?
Mhm.
Different company, Google have a own JRE implementation. So different company have implemented different JRE. Okay.
Mhm. Sure.
So generally, for each operating systems, we can found on the respective download section to environment specific JRE. So you can say our JRE is the you can say platform dependent component. Each platform have a different JRE.
Okay. Platform dependent.
So every company may have different type of JRE. So it's a
Right,
company specific JRE.
right, right.
Okay, 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 okay.
So generally is widely used by the Oracle provided JRE. Generally that name is a hotspot JVM.
Okay.
Okay, we later discuss, but as you know, uh, when Java language started in 1995, so Sun Microsystem have uh, you can say announce as a JVM specification, means they have given the simple standard. Any one company want to implement own JVM, this is the standard follow. Okay,
Oh.
so generally this programming language, whenever writings, we are following the one specific standard to writing the code, so
Oh.
that we know all the vendor specific implementation follow the same rule and guidelines. So our program easily can be converted and executed by the respective operating systems.
Hmm.
So Sun have did very good job at the time of 1996. Whenever they started this language, they launched the JVM specification. This is the standard document available, and using that specification, all the vendors can implement own JVM. Like IBM have a own JVM, Oracle have a own JVM, Sun have a own JVM, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they follow all the standard JVM specification, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So if you just go Google and JVM specification, JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine.
Yeah.
So this is like any other virtual machine, or it's like a
No, this is the name like Java Virtual Machine. This is not a machine, you can say hard. This is a software component, not a
Okay.
hardware component.
Okay.
JVM is just a one software, you can say, which is responsible to take input Java byte code and convert to the machine specific instruction, so that respective machine can easily understand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this is the Java SE specification. Anyone can read out these specifications and easily can write own JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Here, we can the VM here. Virtual machine is not the. We are talking about the virtual machine reality. Virtual. This is the software component. Just one software, one package, you can say.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So be clear. This is not the virtual machine. Virtual machine is just a software component, which responsibility. Your JVM, Java Virtual Machine. This is just software component which take input your byte code, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and output is the machine language.
Okay.
Maybe
Like
machine,
a zero one.
zero
That's
one, yes,
machine language.
yeah, 01, 01, 01, whatever. This specific OS, this machine can be your code can be executed.
Okay.
So this JVM is always platform specific. Okay, so
Right.
only Java code as a Java programming language is a platform independent. Means while writing Java code, developer don't worry ki I am writing this code for which language, which operating system.
Okay.
And once this code is right, they are converted to the bytecode using the Java compiler. And this bytecode is shipped into any operating system.
Right.
So the basic motto of Java language: write once and run anywhere. You can write only one code one times, and the same code is run by different operating systems.
Right. Right.
So write once, run everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
So initially, before Java language, this is the new concept since 1996. Sun microsystem is given. Before that, like a C language, a C++ language is a platform-specific language. You can write code for a window machine, then only run for the window machine. Same code cannot run on the Linux machine. So if I'm again going to write the different code, because the data type of integer or float or double, implementation of a specific vendor, maybe window have a different kind of size bit allocation. Similarly, Linux must have a different kind of block and bit allocation. So those are not fit somehow. So those things, this is the initially the new concept in 1996. Java come you are writing only one program. This program is run every operating systems, you can say. But nowadays, lots of programming language follow the same rule. But at that time, that was a new concept.
Right. True.
Oh, yeah.
Till now, any question?
No,
So basically, if you have a C programming source code, what it means is that the developer would write a different syntax for Linux, different syntax for Windows.
Right. Just in the C language, you have to allocate memory for a particular block, right? So maybe integer take a 4 byte in the window machine. Might be integer you have to allocate 16 byte for the another operating system.
Right.
Right.
So some address changes, byte allocation, जब internally hardware infrastructure logically is some differences between the different operating system, you can say.
Right. Right. Okay.
So due to that, if you write the C language code, and C language also compile, and after compile they become object file. Okay,
Right.
object file.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
this object file going to run on the same operating system where you are going to the compiling this code.
Right.
Okay. If you are the same program you want to run on the different operating systems, you have to again need to compile it on that operating systems. Again compile and then run. But Java language say you write Java code and compile only once. Okay, now you got the byte code. This byte code can directly ship to the any operating systems,
Right. Oh,
Okay.
right?
that's
I see. I see. So we can
So
transfer the bytecode to different
uh,
operating system. We can take
yes,
like a hard drive or
yes, hard drive,
memory.
soft drive,
Okay.
anywhere. Yes,
that is
What
why
is
it is popular, right?
yeah.
what is the
Nowadays,
extension of this file, the byte
uh,
file?
I'll just let's keep.
Okay.
First, Java source code extension. Whenever write the file, you have to say .java. This is a
That's
source code file. Okay,
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Java. Once you compile this code, they become another file dot class
class.
class in the Java language. But in the case of like here C language, dot like a C, once compiled dot obj object,
Oh.
and then so here whenever you are opening any file, you are writing some code, and whenever you're going to save those files, you have to give some name. Let's ABC the name and dot Java extension.
Right.
Okay, that
Right.
means this is the source code. And once you compile using the Java compiler, it will convert it to the same class name with the dot class.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so this is the byte code. Byte code is not a machine language, not a English, intermediate language somehow.
Intermediate. Yeah.
Okay,
So that's
intermediate.
the bytecode is a class code, a class file.
Dot class file.
Dot
Once
class file.
I'll show you after just a demo.
Right. Sure.
Okay, and this byte code again read by your JRE Java runtime system. Okay,
Okay.
JRE, and JRE again JRE have a one more component interpreter. They convert your byte code to the actual machine language, and those machine language is run by your operating systems.
Uh,
Finally, operating system give your output.
okay. Hmm.
So
Mm.
Java source code compile become a byte code. A byte code is taken input by JRE, JVM, Java Virtual Machine,
Mhm.
JVM, and JVM have an interpreter, which interpret means it convert your byte code to machine instruction, and machine instruction pass to the operating system, and operating system execute your program and give the output.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are the some details things. Just know you as a concept. But whenever you are going to writing a code, just you write this code and get the output directly. These are all are the hidden for you. Okay,
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
don't worry. Even before Java 11 version, you have to need to compile code. Okay,
Right.
and then run. But after Java 11, this compiler is optional for the initial development. Okay,
Okay.
automatic summa happen. So you notice Java as a Oracle teams which now taking owner of a Java language, continuous base working to improving the language. Okay,
Okay.
and the major you, mm, works as a Java as a language designer teams. Each and every 6 minutes, 6 months, they are releasing new version of the Java.
Right.
Okay, so continuously the Java language designer are focusing to improve the language capability, feature, each and everything.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but we are as a we are initial, so at least we aware what inside happening. At least that help us some confidence boost. In this way, Java language works, right?
You're right.
Right.
So again, just recap. Like we are writing the your Java source code .java file. Okay,
You're right.
.java file. Then you Java compiler become the byte code. Byte code is in the form of
Class.
Dot
dot
class.
dot class.
Dot class.
Then this input taken by your JRE,
Right.
JRE, JRE have a one component JVM.
Right.
JVM, JVM have a interpreter. Okay,
Right.
interpreter. This bytecode take input and convert to the machine instruction. A machine instruction again pass to the operating systems, and operating system execute your instructions and give the
Mhm.
output.
Okay.
So these are the flow. And here JVM doing lots of things here. I'm not going to more detail here because JVM have a multiple 4 5 steps thing activity here.
Okay.
Because whatever the code you are writing here, that codes are executed by your operating system. Someone
Um,
can write some malicious instruction, might
right.
be your operating system can be corrupted, or might be blocked, or might be hacked. So
Right.
there are some need kind of a security verification. So whatever the bytecode is generated, here first step JVM doing verify your bytecode. Bytecode is implemented as per JVM specification or not. If your bytecode is not JVM specification, JVM not going to execute your code, just returning back. So
Oh.
bytecode
Mm.
verification, class verifications, and security parameter implementation, then interpreters. The multiple instructions here, but as of now, you don't need to go more detail in the JVM. Later part, some if time permit, we'll discuss about the details how JVM works, Java Virtual Machine. But this is a very big topics and terminal.
Yeah,
But
sure.
as of now, initially, just understand your JVM is responsible to generate machine instruction so that
Right.
your specific operating system can execute your code.
However, that is like a my
JVM.
question is in here for the JVM.
Mm,
When just like we are writing down some malicious thing or anything, so
mm.
it is going to throw the error message, or it is going to be just like
They block.
freezing.
They block to execute your code.
Oh, okay. So
They
that's
are
mean
not going to convert machine instruction, and they just return back. Program is terminated.
program terminated. So
Yeah,
it is
because
throwing
yeah,
as an error message or no?
yes, error message. Your program is terminated with the security parameter region.
Oh, okay, okay, that's good. Yeah.
Due to that, nowadays, you notice Java as applications, nowadays almost all the environments customer be freely running on the different platform environment. Okay, why?
Mhm.
Because Java as a system designer ensuring that our application Java, whatever the JVM running code, that would be follow your operating system guidelines.
Oh, yeah.
If any OS guidelines violation, rule maybe
Violation.
violation by the Java developer or any hacker or anything, they are protecting your OS.
Okay, okay.
So lots of security things are by default this JVM software offer for the Java language. So
Oh, yeah.
whenever we are writing a Java code, so as a Java developer, feel free. Don't worry कि our code is someone hack or maybe some security parameter something. So all the things are properly checked by your byte verification time,
Perfect. Yeah.
right? So
Thank
let
you.
me give this simple demo. I am writing one simple class file,
Sure.
compile it, run it so that you can get the output.
Sure.
Till now, this is theory part. Any doubt?
No,
Any question?
No, no, no.
it is clear. It is
It's
clear.
clear. It's clear.
So one thing, I am going to just open one notepad, okay?
Sure.
Sure.
So if you know whenever we are writing a Java source code, this source code you can written in any kind of editor, maybe Notepad, or nowadays whenever in generally whenever we are developing any applications, we have already available IDE. Maybe you know ID like Eclipse ID, IntelliJ ID, and NetBeans ID. Lots of ID offer to write Java code.
Right.
Okay, so generally today just I'm going to show the complete steps ki how write the Java file, class file, and how to compile and how to run. And later all the program I write using the editor. Okay,
Sure.
so that this you can also use any editor. Currently I'm using the IntelliJ. You
Indeed.
can use the IntelliJ, yeah, Eclipse, or NetBeans, or VS Code base. Any lots of editor available to writing a Java code. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but you should aware ki this as a Java language, not required any specific editor. This is not hard and mandatory thing. This is the
Right.
optional thing. Good
Oh,
to
yeah,
have.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But IntelliJ is really good.
Yeah, IntelliJ is very good. Nowadays, this is very popular, one of the popular, you can say, ID for the Java development.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it is a paid version, right?
They have a both of it. If
But
you
community
want
only.
to for study, for develop, for knowledge purpose, for the that is a freeware, you can say.
Free. Yeah.
If you go to the download section of IntelliJ website, idea IntelliJ, there are two sections: one community version, one the
Right.
license version.
True.
So generally, I'm using the freeware. You can download community version, and you
Sure.
can for learning purpose, for in-house development, you can do. Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Perfect.
So this the I'm going to write just simple. Let's write one class. Uh, Detailed syntax. I'll go to the next class. Just uh, look what I'm writing. Okay.
Sure.
Public
Okay.
uh,
Got it.
class. Let's be my first class. Okay. This is the basic syntax, right? If this is the one file, I am write class my first class. Here I am
Mhm.
not writing this. So this is the notepad. Then we have to save this file somehow. So
Right.
whatever your class name, generally you have to follow to save the same file. So let's I'm going to the save this file. Okay,
Yeah.
save, and I'm just saving maybe my somewhere
Yeah.
download section. Let's
Okay.
okay dot Java extension.
Java. Yeah.
So I have saved this file in my download section.
Mm.
So this is the my file. Okay.
Right.
So what I did, I write one Java program. This is Java program. Simple. If you open it, this is a Java file. Public class, my first class. Nothing. Okay.
Right. Right.
And second steps, you have to compile this code, because how to run this code, how to compile this.
I have to compile this one.
So initially, I am using the Windows machine. So in my machine, I already downloaded the your JDK version 20, which is the latest version.
Right.
So you can use the Java 8, 10, 11, whatever the version. There is not any specific. Generally, what I am using always the latest one. So currently the
Oh,
latest version, so I have downloaded JDK level. Okay.
right.
So you have to go the download section and download JDK. I
Right.
have to guide. Are you can do it? I think we'll do it, right?
Yeah, I can do it. Yeah, we can do it.
If you is facing any issue how to download and just go to the just Google download JDK.
Yeah, this we can do for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the not JDK. So what is the latest version you can just download from the Oracle website here.
Right.
And generally what I did, I just download from the here somehow, right? This is a version you can download, right?
Right.
Just notice here the different Linux version, Mac version, and Windows version.
Windows version.
You have to
Yeah.
ensure that you are downloading for which operating system. I am downloading film. I have a zip file, right? Now, so I
Mhm.
use this zip file command. Just
Sure.
download and unzip here. This is a folder.
Sure.
So whenever you download, now your machine have a this. So here there is a one folder bin.
Bin. Yeah.
This bin folder have a your Java compiler. This is the Java C, the Java compiler.
Oh, okay. Oh, Java C is a compiler. Okay.
Java compiler. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use this command. Okay.
Yeah.
So one thing, whenever I'm going to write a command terminal, okay,
Yeah.
command prompt, you can use here. If you write the Java C
Yeah.
version, so I have already installed the Java 20.
Okay.
So you know already how to set the path variable for this.
I know that. Yeah.
That's good. If any doubt, then you have to set the so that if you are not set this path variable, our command prompt say Java C is the unknown command, right?
Unknown command. Yes.
So it is a good. If you any doubt how to set the Java path, I'll guide. Okay.
Sure.
So here my code base. So here I'm going to open the CMD. Okay, command prompt. So
Right.
now dir here my code base. So here I've write Java C. Okay,
Right.
and my class name, my first class.
Class.
So this is the syntax. Java C, the compiler, and your class name.
Right.
you notice here till now only the Java file, right?
Right.
And I'm
Right.
going to just compile it. Done. If you notice here, this is the one dot class file generated.
Oh, yes.
So this is your bytecode.
Okay.
If you open it, look like unreadable to something, right?
Yes.
So this is not a machine instruction, but intermediate between the machine and between the Java line. Java JVM know what is the meaning of that, right?
Right.
Correct.
Okay. So now this is the your source code. Now you compile it. Now become a bytecode, and after that you have to run. So next command how to run Java code here. So Java command and your dot without dot class. This is
Oh, okay.
while compiling code, you have to say class name dot Java. Okay.
Java. Okay.
While
Okay.
running Java code, you say Java and just your class
Last name.
name.
Okay.
Whenever you run, so here you are getting some error.
Right.
Okay. Say ki main method not found.
Right.
So this is the one rule Java language ki if you are going to run any program, you have to give as a Java. This is my starting point, right? So as a
Mhm.
Java language, your program going to start from which line? Might be here you write multiple line of code, right?
Right.
So we have to indicate our Java virtual machine JVM. This is my starting point.
Mhm.
So for that, we have to write this syntax here. Okay, this is the public static void main. They say. So
Right.
this is your starting instruction. If you want to go write Java code, you can
Mhm.
write. Once you compile, code is compiled. But all the compiled code is not executable code
Okay.
because
Right.
this byte code does not have any main method.
Right.
Right.
So what you do, just we have to add here this syntax.
Public static voice. Yeah.
So this is your starting point.
Right.
And here you can just write one message. I'll explain later what is the meaning of each and every keyword, okay?
Sure. Sure.
Okay.
So here I have added this one line.
You're right.
So whenever you changing this dot Java file,
Mhm.
again you need to compile the code, right?
Yes. Save it and
So
compile it. Yeah.
I save it, just I save it, and I am going to
Compile it again.
run this. Yes,
So each and every time when we're saving, we
yes,
have to compile it.
correct. So whenever you are going to change your source code, if you run again this na, they again send the same message because they are using the old byte file, right?
Sure.
So I say ki, let's compile it. Now I compile it, and you notice now again this is somehow modified,
Mhm.
and now this size is, so if you notice they have a some more files line written, right?
Right.
So now I can run it. Let's run again. You have to not this and just Java. You run it. Now you are getting your message. Hello.
Uh, Ajay, bhai, there's like that screen is not coming.
Okay.
It's not coming.
Yeah.
Oh, so great, great. Just again this yes.
Okay.
Please be informed. That's good.
Thank you.
Uh, there is some internet issue.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Let me know if you are able to see my screen.
Yes. Yes, no?
Good.
Yeah.
Yes, I
So
see that.
now I see Java C, your my class name, code is
Right.
compiled, and I run Java, my class name. So
Right.
now we are getting the output hello.
True.
Okay. I again change something. Like key hello test,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Again save. Okay. Again save it. We
Yeah.
again run. There is no impact, but we have to again compile. I compile it, and I again run. It works, right?
Right.
So this is the basic workflow. I write this is my source code, then I again compile code, then I run.
True.
While running, by default, this command, Java command, launch your JRE and JVM part. So whenever you run the Java, internally JVM process is started and JVM read this byte code. This is a byte code, and interpret and give instruction to the operating system, and operating system give response, and then response is printed here.
Right.
So this is the one way. But if you are using the Java 11 version or later, then this compiler part we can skip.
Okay.
So I change something.
Mhm.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, I change.
Mhm.
Now I am not going to the compiling code. If you run it, it will again say old message, right? But I
Right.
say, you say Java, but here say dot class, dot
Mhm.
Java file. So here
Right.
say ki, this is our Java interpreter, but you have to pass dot class here.
Oh, I see.
So when you pass, so before notice Java C need a dot class, right? To
Right.
compiling. But
Yeah.
here Java 11 say ki Java your interpreter also take dot Java file, and they internally compile your code and run your code. They follow the same cycle. But
Mhm.
as a Java developer, we don't need to run manually compile. If I run it, its programs will run with the latest value.
Oh,
Notice?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So this is the change from JDK 11 version.
Okay.
So now you just write code here and say Java your complete file name dot class, and
Mhm.
it will internally compile and run. Both works.
So instead of typing Java C and the my first class dot Java,
Mhm.
which creates the compile and then we run it. That used to be
Ri-
like that.
Right, you are right. Yes, correct.
Now it's only Java, then the
Mhm.
Java
Java file name, which is
Yeah.
my
done.
first class dot Java, and that compiles and run same time.
Correct.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, you are right. Correct.
Sure.
So till now, any question, doubt with the
No,
demo
I'm
and
good.
theory?
I'm good.
No, no,
I'm
it's
good.
clear.
And this is the one way you can write all the Java language in any notepad. Okay. But
Mhm.
generally, writing a notepad is a very tedious, and whenever you are
Yes.
building the huge project, lots of files, lots of code, so we are generally use the editor.
Right.
So let me so same program in editor. Okay.
Sure.
This is my editor. Okay, na? So in editor you can similarly, these editors offer you to any classes, right? I can create now utility new class
Ajay
like
bhai, it is not coming. Only the notepad we can see.
okay,
Sorry,
The
command one.
control
good,
panel. I see the yeah.
good. I my IntelliJ ID is, are you able to see?
Yes.
Yeah. So IntelliJ ID, I have a, you can just follow the, they have option to create the Java project, and they have given you options you can create new classes here, right? The new class, Java class. Here,
Yeah.
whenever we going more details, we can write classes, interface, record in the later part. But as of now, just I'm writing the, this is the hello class, okay?
Okay.
Uh, hello, test. So just I enter, so by default, they generate this class, okay?
Right.
And here I can write the public static void main. This is shortcut offered by your editor. So I just write it. This is the syntax by default come.
Okay.
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 And here we have to write s out. By default, they say you are to write the out printer. And
Okay.
what are the method?
Suspended outdoor pin line. Okay.
So this helps us some timing
Okay. Sure.
while development. Okay.
Yeah, that
Yes.
is the beauty of the ID.
ID. So now I go. Now I don't go any command where some. Just here we have options. This is the button, or you just right click, run Java code.
Mhm.
So here is no any option to compile and run. By default,
No.
click on the run. By default, they internally compile and run your code. Just run
Okay.
it,
Yeah.
and you notice I am getting the output. So generally, always uh, each developer are using the editor. But you
Hmm.
know this is not mandatory free rule for your Java language. Okay, now your
Right.
code is running. So generally, next all the classes I am basically using this editor to explain each and everything.
Sure.
Okay, so for today,
Yeah.
any open question, doubt?
That is for that ID. It is giving the warning using
Yeah.
incubator.
Just this is the limit. I'm doing some
Okay.
different concurrent application code within a different file.
Sure.
So this is just ignore for you. Okay,
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
because
Otherwise,
I'm
otherwise
yeah
it is
yes
clear.
I'm using some module where I mention this is the
Okay.
things due to
Okay.
that.
Sure.
Okay, so don't worry. This is if you do fresh IntelliJ and do this code. Okay, this will simply you are getting this output whatever
Okay.
here.
Yeah, Ajay, but there is one question just for the ID.
Hmm.
Before, just like for the notepad, we are going to create the class file,
Hmm.
and then after that, the Java file, then
Hmm.
compile it to, and it is going to be a class. But
Right.
when we are going to the IDE, we are going to
Yes.
create the, there is the
Class file.
folder, class
Yeah.
file directly, not the Java file.
You can go and here the editor give a new class. Okay,
Oh, there's
so here you just
always directly
here
the class.
here you mention like hello 2 right now.
Yeah.
So by default this editor save this file in the .java extension. Manually I have not
Oh,
written it. So
oh,
then
I see.
when you just click here, by default they say Java 2. Okay,
Okay.
and if you I am go to the explorer here, you notice they by default create this Java file.
Oh, I see.
Notice.
Okay.
So this is the beauty of your
ID.
IntelliJ. By default, they are appending this Java extension.
Okay.
Manually, you
Yeah.
don't need to write.
Perfect. Yeah.
Right?
But one stage ahead. But one step
Yeah.
ahead.
Yes. The things which always a fix editor help you. Why you
Mm.
manually going to write the test? Dot
Sure.
Java.
Perfect.
Yeah. You know,
Okay.
for running any code, you have to write public static void main. That they given a shortcut key, right?
Right. Right.
They given a shortcut you want to print something. This is a
Yeah.
print something. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even in IntelliJ no editor no ki, this code only need compile and run, right? So
Right.
by default if you run this code, by default they're going to the compile and run the code. So
Right.
some pre uh, instruction or steps by default your editor help you,
Okay. Okay.
right?
You're right.
And the option create file, delete file, all the very you can
Yeah.
say time saving things you get here. Okay,
True. True. True.
any other question?
No, that's everything for me
That's
to
all.
do.
Yeah, I'm good.
So these are the today were the very very basic things,
Yeah.
and still if you have any doubt, confusions, tomorrow we'll start with the question answer first,
Sure.
and then next.
Thank you,
Definitely.
Okay.
Ajay bhaiya.
So
So
let I
yeah.
stop the can I stop the sharing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yes. So just go through if you have time, some go through and understand. This is my understanding about the basic things. You should aware, but this is not any important while writing the code, but
Okay.
that help us in this way code works.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
good introduction for that. Like how it is working.
Right.
That's like I haven't see these details before. Someone was showing us how it is
Right.
working.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Ajay bhaiya. Yeah.
Thank you. So
Thank you,
thank you.
Arjun.
Let's meet tomorrow. Okay. Bye.
Yeah. I'll see
Take
you
care.
tomorrow. Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Same
Bye.
time. Same time.
No, tomorrow 1 hour ahead. In your time 11:30. My
Can
time
you can you
12:30.
can you give me your email ID? I'll add you in the invite.
Yeah. I'm going to text his email address. Okay, Ajay
Okay.
bhaiya?
Thank
Yeah. Sure.
Thank you. Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
See you
Thank you,
tomorrow.
Arjun.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
তার কল দিতেছি
আচ্ছা, call.